Everybody knows that failure won't kill us, but sometimes we act like it does. So I'm going to tell you about one of my greatest failures to show you that there is something positive about because I learned something from it. So in the previous year, I wanted to become an air traffic controller, and in order to become one, you have to go through a long and demanding selection process. So I had to prepare, and I did. I was learning 2 hours after school every day for 2 months straight. And the first exam, I passed. The second one was a little bit harder. It was in Hamburg, so it was in person. I had to drive 400 kilometers there. I did the exam, went to sleep, and the next day after we came back, I didn't pass, and I couldn't believe it. I was asking the man who showed us the results to show it again because it shattered me. Then I accepted it, went to into the town, and walked there for 2 hours because I couldn't tell my dad immediately. Then I told him, and yeah, there was no pressure, but we're all still hoping that I managed to pass it. The days after it, I was disappointed. My mood was down. But then I thought to myself, well, there's nothing you could change about that. You have only one try in this process, and now it's over. But it doesn't mean that it's the end. There's a path, you failed, but it still goes further. We think it's gone. I thought, well, what I'm going to do now? But there are so many options. And now I think I found one which is better for me. So not only do you filter what suits you and what not, but you also develop yourself as a person because you did something in the process. Before that, I was always playing video games after school, but during the process, I was practicing every day, which changed me as a person. Now I am more hardworking and more ambitious. And even though I failed, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't do it because it's worth it. You're learning every day, even if you fail. And at one time, you will succeed. And also the information, the feedback that you get from the results is so valuable. Now you know so much more about what skills you were lacking in or what skills you performed good at. So it's also underrated, but you get to know yourself much better than before. The key takeaway is that just because you didn't get the result doesn't mean that the way up to it was worthless. You still learn a lot about yourself, you build skills, you make an experience which will be a part of your life, which will help you in your future. And that's the point. You failed, but your life continues, with the only difference that you are stronger now.